is a girl. She's a star. She's got style. Steffi Star. You see her face around the town. She's popular. Steffi Star.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Weinstein.
And I'm Meredith Keach.
And I used to say we're realtors, but Denise Higgins made fun of the way I said realtors. So now I'm saying we sell real estate.
For Coldwell Banker in
Easton.
And we are here today with a very special guest, Janice Wolffe.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
This is a very special episode because Janice is going to talk about exercise, basically, which we've talked about is an itis for Stephanie and I as of late.
Yes, it has.
Exercise-itis. So we're going to define the phobia of the day, which is exercise-itis. So Janice, can you tell us what exercise-itis is?
Oh, it's going to be fear. It could be so many things, but fear of exercise. And I think that also translates into fear of sweat.
Yes.
Fear of kettlebells. Fear of slam balls. Fear
Now,
of gym.
I can't wait to learn about a slam ball.
Gymitis.
I did this all in the gym. I worked out morning, noon, and night. But that was several years ago.
And you know what? And that's the thing. That's my one big thing about all of this. If you don't mind, I want to start with a little bit about my history in case Meredith knows a good chunk of my history. You may not, Stephanie.
I don't even know who you are, Janice. You look fabulous.
I want to do, the brief synopsis of how I got started in this. A couple years ago, back in 2014, 2015, beginning of 2015, I weighed 300 pounds.
Shut up.
I weighed 300 pounds. Now, the highest recorded weight in my phone is 297 pounds, but I got to that and I stopped stepping on the scale. So I know I was probably up around 306, 310. I was coming off multiple surgeries from my shoulder, a couple years worth, a couple big deaths in my family. A lot of big changes happened in my life from 2014, 2012 to 2015. So start of 2015, I weighed 300 pounds. I was going to the gym 4 or 5 times a week and just not getting anywhere. And decided at this point in time, I need to make big changes for me. I needed to be healthy. I was 50 years old. I just turned 52, had to count. And basically I was falling apart. And I said, I'm too young for this to be like this. So I started eating better and I started walking a lot and I started working with a trainer.
Got to hold you back there for a
Okay.
second. Okay, so you said you started eating better.
Mm-hmm.
So you're 300 pounds. What is your daily diet at 300 pounds? And then bring me to eating better.
Honestly, your daily diet at 300 pounds is eating anything and everything.
All day?
I mean, just throughout the day, but sometimes it's not you're eating huge portions of everything, but you're eating the wrong things. And I might be eating the truly high-fat, high-calorie version of something. Maybe I'm eating a salad, but it's loaded with blue cheese and croutons and everything possible that it's not the lettuce that makes you fat. It's not the cucumbers.
Right. It's the
tomatoes.
dressing and all the
It's
toppings.
all the extra stuff.
Right.
And maybe I'm having 4 pieces of bread with it. So it's a lot of those things. I am huge. Ice cream is a huge trigger for me. And if I had it in the house, I'd be eating it every day.
So when you say trigger, the sugar in it is a comfort for you. You want more.
It is. It just, if I have it in the house, must eat, have to eat it. So when I started saying, I want to get healthy, I want to do these, I started looking for different nutrition plans. Now, I have never been one to believe in fad diets. I don't, above all, everything else I want what I do to be sustainable for myself. Mm-hmm. I don't want to gain and lose the same 100 pounds all the time. I don't want to be the biggest loser contestant who a year later weighs the same that they did.
Right.
Or somebody who had, a gastric bypass surgery and then regained the weight, because it is possible to do that.
Right.
And I don't want that to be me. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to make sure what I did was sustainable. So I started researching different things, and I ended up settling on carb cycling, a version of carb cycling, which means basically for me, most days I stop eating carbs by 2 o'clock or so. So my dinner in the spring.
Oh, why
is
didn't
gonna
anyone ever
be-
tell us
I
that?
don't know.
My dinner, especially
Oh.
now when it's grilling, I'll throw protein on the grill and a veggie packet. And I want as much color in my veggies as I can. I want, red peppers and orange peppers, and I want, asparagus. I want green beans. I want some spinach. I want some of that healthy stuff there. I want as many colors. I'll throw cherry tomatoes in if I have them and let them pop in the packet, and it makes it a little saucy.
What about day one? What was day one like for you? Because everybody has that. You said, there had to have been that one moment, and then how do you get to day two and moving forward?
For me, and what I encourage my clients to do too, is write it down.
Okay.
And even if nobody else ever sees it, write it down for yourself. And when I first started writing it down, I wasn't writing down the calories. I had just a sheet that I would keep in the computer, and I would email it back. Like, I'd keep it in my email, so when I was at work, I could go into it and I could do it. Now I would just throw it on Google Drive, obviously. But I had it there so I could just go in, and I was just strictly honest. It didn't matter. Nobody else was going to see it. It was just for me. So I don't care if it had 3,000 or 4,500 calories. At 400 pounds, just as an idea, you have to eat about 4,500 calories a day to maintain that. 4,500. Normal people eat, 1,500 to 2,000, depending on your activity level for women. I was eating a lot more than that. So when I started writing it down, and I'd say I had this yogurt or I had this, one thing it did is it made me start to think, do I really want that? Because I'm going to have to write it down.
Oh, okay.
And even if nobody else ever saw it, I was going to have to write it down because it was a promise I made to myself that I was going to track this. And I guess that's the biggest thing that I would encourage somebody. You have to think of your health, of your weight loss, of all that as a promise to yourself. And you don't break promises to yourself. If you can't keep a promise to yourself, you can't keep it to anybody else. So be really serious about the promises you make to yourself, because you have to be as important to you as everybody else is to you. You're both moms, I think. Chances are you would put aside anything you need for yourself in order to help your child. And that's admirable, and I think that's great. But here's the thing. A healthy, happy mom is better for those kids than a mom who has let herself go, who has no energy, who has no drive to get up and move with them, and who just doesn't feel good in herself. So put yourself first a little bit at the so that you can be happy, you can be healthy, and that's just going to be so much better for them.
I'm so inspired right this moment.
You've got little kids, don't you want to be able? You want to be able to run around with them
So
and
true.
chase them,
Yeah.
and have fun with them. And you want them to have those memories of having fun with their parents, with their mom, and not having their memory be that, Mom let me do this, but I never got to do anything with her.
I think Nick Marioni had told us the same thing, that
Right.
he had that
That
aha
was his
moment
aha mo- right.
on the baseball field.
The
And it was
soccer
something-
field.
Or soccer
Yeah,
field. It
when
was
his
something that
daughter-
he couldn't do.
Right.
And that was his moment where he said, I need to
Right.
make a change. So you make that promise to yourself. Was your promise to lose 100 pounds, or was it to just log food, or was it, where did you go from there?
Again, for a lot of it was about setting goals too. My big goal was to lose 150 pounds. Wow. It was half my body weight. Now, I am also a believer in, I'd rather aim high and miss
Okay.
than aim low and miss.
Okay.
So I could have said I want to lose 50 pounds, and then if I missed and I lost 40, well, 40's still good, but I still have a long way to go. I haven't lost 150 pounds yet. I've lost 120. I have some more that I want to keep losing over time, but if I miss by that, there's some things that maybe I physically can't get to that point. But I aimed for 150 and I lost 120. I'm really happy with that. And I have maintained that 120 pounds for over a year.
Wow.
So that's a huge thing. So many things have changed for me. So it's having a combination of goals, and I do consider those big goals as promises to myself. So that lose 150 pounds, I'm still working on that goal, and I'll keep working on that goal. But have some little goals along the way. I said, all right, I want to lose 150, but my first goal is to get to 250 pounds. And when I got there, I was like, all right, now what? I'm going to set a new goal, but I'm going to reward myself too.
And that, I was just going to ask you that. So so often we reward ourselves with food, and how do you, I would imagine, if you're at 300 pounds, you're rewarding yourself frequently
I'm going to
with,
show you something here.
so exciting.
I keep in my phone a list of weight loss goals and almost my bucket list. Things that I want to do, and I can check off, and I still add things all over the time. I mean, all the time. So I had weight loss goals to begin with, and here they are, my weight and health goals. I wanted to be able to buy clothes in normal doors, in normal sizes.
That's
if I
huge.
needed something, I wanted to just be able to walk into a store and know that I could find something that would look good that I could wear that night. And I couldn't. When I weighed 300 pounds, it was a lot of catalog shopping. It wasn't trying anything on. If I found a shirt that fit, it didn't matter if it looked good. I bought it in 5 colors.
Okay.
So I had it. The first time I was going to a Zac Brown concert that night, and I needed a pair of jeans because nothing was really fitting, and I could go into a store and buy a pair of jeans that looked good and be told, oh, you bought them too big. You know, that was huge for me.
Right.
That was an awesome thing. So
Right.
I was able to check that off. I was flying a lot for my job back then when and I'd have to get on the plane and ask for a seatbelt extender.
Oh,
and that's
yeah.
just embarrassing to me. So I want to be able to sit in a plane, buckle it, go, not worry about it. You know, so there was a lot of those things. Just they weren't huge things, and they might not matter to somebody else, but they were things that would motivate me and inspire me. So I had all those lists there. I think you posted something about Buddha one day, and I said, you know, one of my goals that's been added on is to go back to Lantau Island in Hong Kong, in China, and climb the steps to the Big Buddha. Because when I went there, I weighed 300 pounds. I couldn't do the 166 steps straight up. Now I want to go back and I want to do that. And that's at some point I will. So I keep those in my phone. And with smartphones nowadays, we have notes, we have everything.
So
can
you
just talk
refer
to
to that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All the time. And I add things on. I think I've added things in regularly. And sometimes somebody else says, well, this is one of my goals. I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be fun. You know, I wanted to zip line, and I haven't done a full zip line, but last summer I went to
I'm too
Treetop
scared.
Adventures
Did you do it?
with one of my nieces, my 18-year-old niece, and we did all those courses and did some of the zip lining.
Good for
and
you.
know what? It was awesome.
So it sounds to me like your life has radically changed. I mean, to not be able to go into a traditional brick and mortar store and buy clothes off the rack, to simply not be able to walk up steps,
Right.
to not be able to zip line.
It's
And
huge
now
changes.
you're here, and you have to. So you had that moment where you started out by just saying, "I'm going to track food," and you wrote everything down, and then it became calories at a certain point.
Yeah, after a few weeks, I started adding in the calories to see. But at the same time, I had a fitness tracker. Back then, I was using a Garmin.
Did you say you used a nutritionist? That you
I
met with
did.
a
I saw a
nutritionist?
nutritionist a few years before that. My doctor had sent me to one, and I got a lot of information from her, but I didn't follow too much of it.
Right,
just
because you weren't ready.
I wasn't ready.
You weren't ready.
So I didn't have to go back to her. I had the information she had given me. In fact, she gave me the sheet that I actually track everything on. And I still, nowadays, if I feel like my eating's getting a little out of control, I'm so much better with it now. I don't have to track that much. But if I feel like I'm going a little carb heavy, I'll start writing things down for a couple weeks, and it just makes me think about it again.
Okay.
And it puts it back in my head.
I love that whole no carbs after 2 o'clock though.
Yeah.
Like have your carbs in the morning to
Right.
get your carb fix, and then
You-
you're all
and-
set.
and
You're
honestly,
done.
you have to. Your body needs carbs. That's your energy. That's your fuel. You have to have those. Your breakfast every single day should be protein and carbs. It should. You know, one of the one thing the nutritionist said that I did well at that point in time is I had an egg sandwich for breakfast every day. And she said, that's an awesome choice because it gives you everything you need. She says, just don't do it with bacon or sausage all the time. So I switched it to low salt ham. I add low salt ham
Or
into
turkey
it.
bacon.
Or turkey bacon, yep. And I
It's
do
not
it.
bacon.
I love turkey
See, I'm
bacon.
kind of with her on that one.
I feel bad for the pig.
I do not.
And I do it on an English muffin instead. You know, I can still get it at Dunkin' Donuts for 300 calories. I can get my egg sandwich with ham on an English muffin toasted twice, and it fills me up for that day. I just don't need to do it on the bagel. I don't need to do it. Definitely don't do it on a croissant. It'll just, you know,
so
that's
good, though,
it is. But that's when the calories just go
Right.
skyrocket, and I have that, and it fills me.
What about if you really wanted pasta? Could you have your pasta
Of
for
course.
breakfast?
Well, no, yeah, but you know what? See,
I
and
would.
here's the thing about sustainable. I don't know about anybody else, but I cannot go through life without having pasta.
Right.
I have to have pasta.
I'm not a food eliminator either.
I don't believe in eliminating, all carbs or eliminating fats or eliminating this. I don't believe in reduced fat goods either because they add a lot of sugar to them.
Right. Oh, they're all full of crap.
Right.
Right.
So if I'm going to have something with sugar, I'm going to have the real sugar. I'm gonna have that.
And that's what they say that's
Right.
better for you. And it's about portion control.
Right, exactly.
So instead of having the big plate of food, you
Right.
can have the smaller plate of food.
And when I do have pasta, I mean, whole grain, there's some good whole grain options out there. I personally focus on increasing my protein count all the time because I'm trying to build muscle at the same time. So I use the Barilla Protein Plus pasta. And it has enough varieties for me to use it. Comes
Did
in
you
a
know
yellow
about
box.
that? Barilla Plus protein?
Francis told
Yeah,
me about it.
it comes in a
Oh.
yellow box, and I use that. But I
Oh.
watch my portion.
Right.
I've got somebody else who's trying to, who loves pasta and is trying to do it. So what I recommended to her, to one of my clients, is use, a single size serving a portion, and also use zucchini noodles and mix them together.
Yes. And now they come prepackaged.
Yeah.
Right. The
Beet noodles,
and
I
the
haven't
zucchini
tried those
noodles,
yet, and I
and they're
want
so
to.
pretty looking,
Yep.
and there's so many options with them.
Yeah, and just saute them in a tiny little bit of olive oil or roast them in the oven, and toss them with your regular pasta with your sauces, and it fills it out without adding a ton of calories. It gives you the pasta that you want to have, and it's just a better option.
Now, what
for
about
it.
fruit? Because some people say, don't eat too much fruit because of the sugars.
But you
Other
know what?
people say, eat as much fruit as you want.
Nobody ever got fat eating too much fruit
Oh, there you
and
go.
too much vegetables. Don't. You want to have strawberries, you don't need to have strawberry shortcake all the time. Just have
Right.
the strawberries.
Right.
Just apples, don't take the skin off. Have apples. It's all the fiber. It's good for you. All that stuff is what's in there. It's good for you. An apple, the little to-go peanut butter cups with a little bit of peanut butter on it. An apple is a good carb.
Are you checking your text?
I am. Who's texting me?
But an apple, some of
killing
those
me.
fruits count as good carbs for you. And you can eat a lot of them for not too many calories. So
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I can't
add
believe
some
what I just
peanut
got.
butter to your apple, and that adds protein because you want
Right.
every meal. One of the things with carb cycling is that you're eating 5
Carb
times a
cycling.
day.
So this is what it's called, carb cycling.
carb cycling, and you can find a ton of information
So
out on it.
I'm getting overwhelmed just thinking about it. To be honest, I feel like, oh my God, taking on another, for me, I've got 3 kids, I've got a full-time job, and all the other activities that I have. And I guess I just want to just keep going back to that moment when you were 300 pounds and you started to make that change. Were they small steps? Does it have to be? Because I'm hearing about all the food and I'm like, oh my God, for me, it's almost eating can be reactive because I'm so busy. I really try to meal prep as I, have been taught, so I try to have at least, know what I'm gonna have for breakfast, know what I'm gonna have for lunch, and if I can for dinner. But to take on a goal, we're in a fitness challenge in our office, and some people have done extraordinarily well. Wintini and I have not.
Excuse me, I was weighing today 2.2 pounds thinner, right here, baby.
Well,
Good.
I have not
That's
weighed in
good.
yet, so I don't know how I will do.
I thought I gained weight. I feel practically anorexic today.
That's excellent.
But do you have to take on this big goal? We're talking about exercise and food, and I'm like, oh my God, it's just sort of
No.
stressful.
But I think that would overwhelm anybody.
Right, and here's the thing. Nutrition is the big part of it, but it can be simple and it can be sustainable. And for me, that's what it had to be. I didn't want to buy somebody else's prepackaged
No, it's
foods
not
and
me
do
either.
that. I
Yep.
didn't want to have to live on shakes.
Right.
I didn't want to
Right.
gain 20 pounds and then lose 20 pounds and keep doing all that.
Right.
So here's the quick and simple rules that I follow for carb cycling. And again, I have kind of done this from the beginning when I first started reading about it. Every breakfast starts with protein and a carb.
Okay.
So, for women, for us, protein, it's about the size of your palm.
So it's an egg.
Right. It's
You
an
eat the
egg.
yellow or just the
I
white?
eat the whole egg. I
Okay.
personally think eggs are pretty much perfect food.
Okay.
And when you separate them, if you ate just the yolk, that's where the cholesterol is. But when you eat them together, they counterbalance each other. And it's
Okay.
like nature's perfect little food there. So that
No
much
butter in the
protein.
pan.
I might use a little bit of butter or a little spray because you need a little bit of fat too.
I use coconut oil when I
That's
fry
another
an
good
egg.
option.
Yeah.
Or a spray or something. So it's that much protein. It's a fistful of carbs. And again, a muffin, an English muffin, like a multigrain English muffin, 100-calorie English muffin or something, that's a good size. Sometimes I'll put it in a wrap or something like that instead,
Okay.
a small one. And then you want veggies for breakfast too. You can have 2 handfuls of veggies,
Okay.
2 fistfuls. So you're kind of
That's
using
easy.
your body. It's 1, protein, carb, veggies. And then if it's a day that you're having some fat is the size of your thumb. That's it. It's a little bit, it's a tablespoon of peanut butter or a little bit of butter.
I used to eat like that. When I
Yep.
wanted ice cream, I would eat a tablespoon of ice cream.
Yeah.
That is how I used to eat. I don't know what happened.
Well, we'll talk about ice cream in a minute because I mean that's part of
What about
sustainable
pizza?
too. And again, here's sustainability for me.
Lobster rolls?
Life, I cannot imagine life without having cake on a
Alcohol?
birthday on occasion, or without having alcohol, without having ice cream, without having those things. You have to be able to do it. It's part of life. It's part of society. It's part of being social. But you need to just be able to do it smart. If 80% of the time you're eating healthy, the other good thing about carb cycling is you get a cheat day every week where you don't have to watch all that. You can have what you want. You can have your ice cream on a Sunday
I like a cheat day.
when you're cheating and that
I
sort of
love
thing. And
carb
if you need
cycling.
to be able to cheat more often, you have, instead of a cheat day, you have three cheat meals or something. I personally like the cheat day because you do a low carb day and a high carb day and you alternate them, and then you have your Sunday cheat day.
What about the after dinner snacking? You're watching TV, you have your favorite Netflix on. What are you supposed to do? Just sit there and not snack?
Well, you're eating 5 times a day. You may not be hungry, and now you should be eating within the first half hour of waking up. You should eat. Yeah, and I personally can't eat that early.
I can.
I'm just not hungry. So if you
I
can,
am.
that's great. You have your breakfast. But what I can do is
10
that's when
minutes.
I have my protein shake of the day. So it ups my protein count for the day, and I have a little bit of almond milk, and I can drink that. And then an hour and a half later, then I want breakfast, and that's when I'll have my egg sandwich.
And how many days a week are you working out?
I walk almost every day. Like,
How far?
And now I'm probably walking anywhere from 3 to 4 or 5 miles.
Okay.
When I was losing weight, I was walking 12 or 13 miles a day. I was just,
How long did that take you?
I would walk for about an hour and a half in the morning, hour and a half, and then I'd walk at lunchtime for about 45 minutes, and I'd walk after dinner for another 45 minutes.
Because it felt good. Your
Because
heart
it
rate
felt
was up,
good,
what
and I
it?
was trying to I was on a mission. Now, one thing to say is when I first started losing weight and I had that aha moment and I started eating healthy and stuff, 5 days later, 5 days after the first time I worked out with a trainer, 5 days later I got laid off from my job. And I said, okay, I could either toss it all, not pay my trainer, not do any of this, and just let it all slide, or I could say, you know what, this is my perfect storm. This is my time to do it. And I did. I mean, having a personal trainer can be expensive. I know that. I've done that. But for me, it was so important that I had to do that. I would have paid him before I ate, or before I did other things. So it just became a goal that every week I set aside what I could for that. So when it was time to, re-up my sessions, I had most of the money already.
That is awesome.
And that was what I had to do. So that next year, I was lightly looking for a job, and that's kind of where it came along, where I said, all right, I did all this, and I really, really want to help other people do the same thing I'm doing. So I started studying to become a trainer, a certified trainer, and did all my certifications during that time while I was going through it. Started working with clients because, you know what, that's what makes me different than most trainers out there.
Mm-hmm.
I have been there. When I'm
Right.
working with a client who weighs 300 pounds, I've been there.
Right.
A lot of trainers can say, well, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. When you're not going to bring anything to me that I haven't been through. You're not going to say, oh, I really needed this, and I really needed to have ice cream tonight. You know what? I'm not going to tell you can never have ice cream. I have ice cream. I just don't keep it in the house because I know if I had it in the house, I'd want it every night.
Right.
When I do want it, and I also don't go to the frozen yogurt just because if I'm going to have ice cream, I'm going to go to Crescent Ridge or Flint Farm or Hilliard's or something, and I'm going to get a small ice cream cone or a small hot fudge
And
sundae.
enjoy it.
And enjoy every bite of
Right.
it. And know that, I don't need to have that again for another week or 10 days or 2 weeks.
And you don't have to hide it and
Right.
put it in the cupboard and not tell people.
Right. So that's what sustainable is about. That's what pizza's about too. Life without pizza would just not be worth
That
it.
is my all-time favorite food.
Right.
That's all.
And I, you know,
I would love to have pizza every day, and it's best to have the pepperoni chopped up, pepperoni, 5 minutes, and mushroom.
So let's
All right, I think we need
have
to
to
go to
exercise.
commercial break. Yes, this
Yes.
is a fabulous segment into our next segment.
We're gonna
this
work
is
out
good,
with
Leo.
you.
We're gonna work
Yeah.
out a little
We're gonna
bit.
do-
Studio 18, we're going to work out.
Okay,
Yep.
good. All right, off to commercial break.
So now we're going to work out with Janice.
This is my famous move.
We do a lot of that when you first start exercising. You want to do some high knees, some dynamic stretches to get your legs warmed up, to get your muscles moving and that sort of thing. You do a couple minutes. We were kind of low on time. You guys have walked up and down the stairs to get up here. I think you're okay.
Okay.
So Meredith, we're going to start you with kettlebell swing.
Got it.
We want to make sure you keep your back nice and straight.
Okay.
You want your hips and your legs doing the work. So you're going to pop your hips up. It's
I
not
can do
about-
this at the office.
It's not about lifting it with your arms. It's about letting the movement of your hips.
That
pop
was smart to wear a
kettlebell out.
skirt
I've
on our
actually
exercise
never.
segment. You've never kettlebelled?
Never.
You've never used a kettlebell?
No.
So just pop your hips to do it. Let your hips go. All right? Stop.
Is
We're
she
gonna
letting her
time
hips
this.
go enough?
Yeah,
How
you
am I
don't want to
supposed
lean. You don't want to lean all the way forward. You want to keep your back. Just let the hips up. Good. All right.
Sweet.
Stephanie.
Yeah.
You're going to do what we at Studio 18 like to call the Hulk smash.
Okay.
All right. This is one of my favorite things when I was.
Can I do it in a strapless bra?
You can. So
Okay.
you're going to lift it up over your head and you're going to slam it on the ground as hard as
Oh my
you can.
God, do it, do it.
What about the bra?
You'll be fine.
Oh, and now squat down and pick it up. Don't bend forward. Squat and pick it up.
Am I squatting?
And keep going. Yep. And slam it again.
And what is this called, Janice?
We call that the Hulk smash.
Oh my God, I need one of those. What is the ball called?
It's a slam ball.
Is it? It's not a medicine ball?
No, this one's a soft, squishy slam ball. All right. Let me get my timer. We're going to time you a little bit.
Oh.
And you're going to do 20 seconds.
What?
Okay.
And then back it up a
Janice,
little
I'm
bit.
already exhausted and dizzy.
You're going to do 20 seconds, and then you're going to switch places.
Oh.
Okay.
So we're going to,
All right,
and
we're
you'll
ready.
rest for 10 seconds. So we're going to do,
I'm
this
ready.
is called a Tabata.
Should I
You
face
do-
Meredith?
Yeah.
You can, this is going to, as long as you don't hit each other.
I don't know. Oh.
This is called
She
a
might
Tabata.
try to hit me.
Okay, and a Tabata
I-
means you're
I
going to
don't
work
wanna
for
do a
20
side
seconds,
profile.
rest for 20 seconds,
Okay.
for 10 seconds,
Okay.
and repeat 8 times. All right, so let me just bring up my clock so I can time you a little bit. All right, ladies, you ready?
Yep.
Ready, Janice?
Mark, get set, go. All right, pop those hips, Steph. Meredith. Just slam down. Don't bring it down. Slam it down as hard as you can. Keep your core nice and tight.
Oh my God, I almost hit you in the head.
Go ahead, you're halfway. This is about tightening your core, working your core, works your core. Keep your abs nice and tight. Squat down and pick it up.
This is for my martini
3,
tonight.
2, 1,
Oh, we-
break. Switch.
Okay.
We
Switch
forgot
places.
to ask about drinking.
Oh yeah.
We'll talk about drinking.
I'm
You-
working on it tonight. I'm
Again, just keep it in moderation. Ready? Go.
What about
Slam it down. Slam. And squat down to pick it up. As hard as you can. Pop those
Am I
hips,
doing it
Stephanie.
right?
Pop the hips. Hard movement of the hips. Really get it going. There you go.
Woo!
Keep going. You got this, ladies.
Getting it, girl!
Keep going.
Oh, yeah!
Keep going.
Oh, yeah!
You got
Woo!
break.
Woo!
Switch.
You mean we
We're
have
going
to
to
do
one
more?
more round of each.
Janice!
Keep it going.
Martinis tonight.
You
Are
got
you
3
crazy?
times left. 3 seconds.
Are we
Ready?
allowed to have blue
On your
cheese
mark,
stuffed
get
olives?
set, go. Come on, you got this. Work up a little bit of sweat. Keep going, ladies. Woo. Keep going. You got 9 seconds left in this round.
Oh,
Pop those hips, Meredith. Get them moving.
I want to
Not
lose
about
another
using
2
your
inches!
arms. Don't worry about bringing the switch.
Oh,
Okay, I'm done.
One more round.
Oh, good Lord.
We're gonna
Janice!
each do one, and then we're going to take a little breather. We'll talk about alcohol.
Okay.
All right,
On your
we're gonna
mark, get set,
Okay.
go. Slam it. Pop those hips. Good.
Ooh.
Don't worry about bringing your arms up too high.
Oh,
It's about your hips. Move your legs, move your hips. Keep going.
Oh
Core
my
nice
God.
and tight. You'll
Janice!
feel it in your core.
I feel the burn!
You got 5 more seconds.
I
Keep
feel the
going.
burn!
3,
Ah.
2,
Ah.
1, break.
oh,
Good job, ladies. Good job. Nice.
oh.
You got a little
Inhales,
sweat working
Martini.
up.
What?
Inhales nonetheless.
Now, here's another one. One quick one that you're going to do one round.
Okay.
Working with the slam ball again. This has so many good things you can do. Meredith, you hold it. Now, Stephanie, on this one, you're going to have your back a little bit towards the camera for this one. So I want you to face this way. You come over here, right here, and face this
Am
way.
I going to trip over that?
Nope, you're not. I'm going to move
Oh,
it. All right?
Does
What
the
you're gonna
viewer
do-
audience really need to see my backside?
That's okay. They'll see hers after.
No.
You're going to twist and you're going to throw it in front of her. You're going to catch it and
But
go to the
Janice,
side
we're
and come back.
exhausted.
You
pass
just-
All right, I'm
Nope,
ready.
you're throwing.
Ready.
Just throw it to her?
Like this. Yep, like this. So it's going to be this way. You catch, twist out, catch.
Oh, sorry,
You have to throw
girls.
it in front of her so it goes, there you go. This is working your sides, your core. Works the obliques, it thins out,
Well, this
leans
is
out
a
the
good
side.
one.
like this.
You
Yep.
know what? Roy Walker
All right, now
should
turn
get
around.
us.
Both of you turn around so you work the other side.
Roy
Now-
Walker needs to get us these things for work.
We're getting a slam.
Or you could hire Studio 18 to come
Yes.
in and work
Ah,
out with you in the gym.
Brilliant.
Studio 18, come to Coldwell Baker.
We can do that.
So-
I actually have, I'm coming, all right, that's good.
Okay.
Normally we do much more of that, and there's all kinds of fun things we can do with that ball.
So we'll probably put your information on at the end of the show.
Yep.
How do
for
we
people
find
to
you,
get in
Janice?
touch with you?
You can find me on our website, on my website. It's www.studio18fitness.com.
Nice.
Studio18fitness.com.
Where are you
Yep.
located?
Well, the one thing about Studio 18, which makes us different,
Is you're out
I
and about.
work people out of my house.
Yep.
Or in a client's house if that's easier for them. We work out at Frothingham Park. We work out at Governor Ames.
I love
One
it.
of my favorite things, I had a client this morning who texted to say, hey, can I come early today? I said, well, I'm out walking right now. I'm on Elm Street. Park at my house and start walking up and meet me. So she met me and right outside of these studios at the corner of Elm and Oliver where the wall is. We kind of met there and I said, all right, put your foot up here and start doing step-ups up on the wall. My favorite workout right now is to go for a walk with clients. We'll walk up to Oaks Ames Hall and we'll run up and down the stairs.
Do you do the whole?
Oh.
Yeah, we do that down the, I mean, people have seen me doing high knees down in Main
I told
Street.
people you were coming
I
on.
love
and they said,
it.
I've seen Janice walking around town.
Yeah, I do that
That's
all the time.
awesome.
I mean, the other place people can read some of my story, I haven't posted there much lately, is on Facebook on the Spot Jan website.
What is it?
Spot Jan?
If you Jan, Jan. If you
Oh,
type in
Spot Jan.
www.facebook.com/I-saw-Jan, you'll find that page. There'll also be a link to the Studio 18 Facebook page there too. But I posted a lot of my story. I mean, I told people everything. When I went swimsuit shopping, I wrote a blog post about the bathing suits. You know, I mean,
Well,
You're
this
going
is
to have
what
to come back for another
Okay.
episode because
Yeah.
we're going to have to
Studio
talk
18.
about bathing suits. That's a
Janice
whole other
Wolffe.
show.
now the other thing I'm doing, just so you know, I love doing a lot of the stuff with kids. It makes me different too. If you bring your child with you, I incorporate the child into the workout. But now I'm going to go to center school in the next, week or two on one of their fun Fridays and work out with the first graders.
Well, I think she needs to come to Coldwell Banker.
You definitely need to come to Coldwell
Janice,
Banker.
thank you for
We
coming
can
on the
work
show.
on that.
Thank you so much.
very much.
I can't breathe, but I feel better already. I might have just lost another pound.
Thanks for joining us with Janice.
Thank you.
Studio 18, the show, that's a wrap.
Woohoo! Bye.
Good job, ladies.